So I recently saw Godzilla King of the Monsters, and I've been thinking about it a lot. I've seen a ton of reviews. I found ones that I agree with, others that I don't agree with, but I respect. And look, I'm a giant Godzilla fan. I've seen all the movies. I met Haruo Nakajima, got him to sign a poster of the original Godzilla film. I own some of the video games, have some DVDs, saw the original Godzilla in the theater a month before the 2014 film came out, saw the 2014 film twice in the theater, saw Shin Godzilla twice in the theater, and yes, I've seen the Roland Emmerich disaster and the anime films. We'll get to those another time. However, even though I'm a massive fan, I can set aside blind love and look at this film as a film. So, was this good?
Perhaps.
Or was this bad?
Perhaps.
Let's take a look at the plot. Godzilla King of the Monsters is the highly anticipated sequel to the 2014 reboot. It takes place 5 years later, and we're told that Dr. Emma Russell, who works for the secret organization Monarch, has created a machine called the Orca, which uses bioacoustics to talk/control the Titans, and ever since Godzilla vs. the Mutos, a ton of Titans have been found and are mainly in hibernation status.
That's comforting.
Except for Mothra, who is about to be born. During this birth, Alan Jonah, an eco-terrorist, hijacks the China base and kidnaps Emma and her daughter Madison. Dr. Zarazawa and his 2 assistants find out about this during a Senate meeting and go to Emma's ex-husband, Mark Russell, who helped create the Orca and now studies animal pack behaviors. Sarazawa asks for his help and only does this to get his daughter into safety. Monarch and the gang find out that the eco-terrorists are in the Arctic, and before they can stop Jonah and his crew, they release Monster Zero, and Godzilla shows up. They have a quick fight. Then it's discovered that Emma is behind all of this, because she believes that Titans will bring balance back to the world, and yes, I can say this because they ruined it in the trailers. That's the basic plot. Before we go into spoiler territory, I want to go over what I liked. All the monsters have their own personalities, and it's very distinct of who and what they are. Godzilla is very cold and stern. Rodan is a hothead and doesn't really think too much and just goes. Mothra is a very kind and endearing and loving creature, and Monster Zero, aka King Ghidorah, he has not one, but 3 personalities. The center head is like the army sergeant. The one on the left of it is sort of the goofy one. The one on the right, the one that's just his own guy, just trying to just hang out. The visual effects are very well done. Everything looks really well detailed. The movements are realistic. It seems that they were, again, going for the whole, keep him slow and steady and not going. You still feel some weight when it comes to the monsters, which is really good. Music done by Bear McCreary is also really good. And they have a great cover of the Blue Oyster Cult Godzilla song, and the lead singer from System of a Down, he sings it and it is awesome. The direction was actually pretty good because the director feels like he loves monster movies and he's really into trying to make a love letter to older, sillier monster films. The action was awesome. There's a lot of good set pieces in there. And also the monster brawls in this are awesome. It's literally just giant, clashing, huge beings. It's like with Godzilla, King Ghidorah, actually they're done this way. And then all of a sudden, there's go. Rodan and King Ghidorah just charge at each other like. And Mothra shows up and she's flapping her wings and everything, and she just stabs the fuck out of Rodan. It's just awesome. The rest of it's shit. One of the things I could not stand in this film was the writing. On paper, the story isn't a bad idea. Reminder, on paper. But how it's executed, it doesn't work. We get a quick flashback to 2014 where Godzilla is fighting one of the Mutos, and the Russell family is in the middle of this whole thing and are looking for their son. But they don't find their son and discover that he is dead. This whole thing, this whole event, is Emma's entire motivation, is bringing her son back. With the radiation the Titans leave behind after they fight, which as logical human beings can tell you, that's bullshit. So, Dr. Russell, allow me to process all of this information, your plan that you have given in a PowerPoint presentation. Let me ask. You think that you're going to bring the Earth back to balance by releasing all these Titans and using the radiation they leave behind to regrow the Earth? Are you dense? Are you high? That's like saying, if you eat enough McDonald's, you'll cure diabetes.
Bravo.
Well, it's for the greater good.
And hold it right there. The greater good. I fucking hate that expression. I don't know who came up with it, but it's dumb. It's dumb. Dumb. You have no remorse whatsoever for the fact that you killed literally all of your workers, all the people that you knew at the China base where Mothra was in the first 10 minutes. All these people probably had families. Cool people, probably. I don't know them. What's even worse is that you let your daughter see this, and also, asshole, you killed the best character in the entire fucking movie. This one guy who wanted to see Mothra be born. Just wanted to see her be born, damn it. Best, just wanted to see Mothra be born.
But my son died in 2014 when the...
And you think, by killing trillions, that you will bring back your son. Wow! You know, you are literally more emotionally manipulative than Audrey was in the 1998 film. Yeah. Also, asshole, you could have let Maddie go with Mark. You want to know what you could have done? I'll tell you what you could have done. You could have let Maddie, because apparently she's all good with this plan, you could have had her go in and literally take down the entire Super X thing. Or find out other plans or other things that the Monarch has that you can just shut them down remotely from where you are. Duh. 1, that would be kind of cool. 2, that would be exciting. 3, there could be a lot of drama in that too. Also, the last time the giant monsters fought in a city, guess who died? Oh gee, I don't know, your son. The movie is trying to be this love letter to Toho, old classic Showa era films, but the thing is, those movies embraced their corniness. They knew that they were silly. The only real serious one of that bunch was the original. Yes, Mothra vs. Godzilla, some stuff there, but for the most part, the movies, whenever there was something crazy, I mean, Godzilla vs. Gigan, one, Godzilla and Anguirus talked.
Something funny going on. You better check. Oh, yeah. Hurry up.
2. The human villains were fucking giant cockroaches. And this is like, this is totally serious. Take this as seriously as you did The Dark Knight. You're not No Country for Old Men or The Dark Knight. You're Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Godzilla was meant to be this huge, giant metaphor for the nuclear bomb. But instead, because of box office, they did focus on having monster brawls. That's fine. But unless you go all the way like they did, you just go with it and make this as silly as possible instead of having these boring ass stupid humans just go all around the place and just have them be our guiding points to the monster fights. It just doesn't work. And yes, the original films had some boring, non-interesting humans. But at least they had space apes. Another big problem I had with the movie is the cinematography. Ishiro Honda and Gareth Edwards knew exactly where to place the camera, which was at a human level. Only where a human being could see. That made the monsters and Godzilla all the more real, but also more terrifying. In the 2014 reboot, my favorite shot in the entire movie is when he's at the airport, when he shows up for the first time. I mean, look at this. That's just his foot! I mean, look at this! In the 1954 film, Godzilla just going over buildings, firing his atomic breath, destroying the building and other people below, and just having the angle right up on him. It's terrifying. But in King of the Monsters, fight! It's supposed to be at this grounded level where we could feel like we're in that energy, that mist of chaos and intensity. In King of the Monsters, there's no feeling of that. There's no, holy shit, I'm not gonna be in work tomorrow. You know, there's none of that where we can feel like we're there, where we can get the sense of giant lumbering creatures that are unstoppable to kill. And pretty much, if you're next to one, you are fucked. But there's just a ton of stuff in the movie, because we have to see the monsters fight, it just doesn't feel real. It feels very alien. And even so, if people want to say, well, you know, again, you do have to see the fights clearly, but also in the 2014 movie, though it was dark as shit, there were moments where we could see the fight clearly from a human level, like that atomic breath scene. Like Godzilla just throwing around and doing shit, and him banging that one Muto right into the building with his tail. That was fucking awesome. So yeah, it's possible, but I get it. You know, there's that shot where King Ghidorah and Rodan right in the air, but I don't know. Why not do it like with the Super X ship or whatever it's called? I'll probably write it in here somewhere. It just doesn't work. And I know I'm getting really technical about a monster movie, but every movie, I think, need to understand what's going on, and especially in a disaster movie. Sure, it's really cool to see it widescreen, full frame, all the destruction and the chaos, but that's usually when everyone is in safety. You really want to just be able to focus on a couple of the humans or whatever kind of characters that you have in your film, and we can get that feeling of, holy shit, they're running, they're trying to get to safety, and we're right there with them. Then, when they're at safety, you can show everything. But That just bugged the hell out of me with this movie. I couldn't get that. There were so many opportunities to go from the Super X. And why not have the Super X just fly this way? I'm just going to call it the Super X. Fly this way and just like go bang, 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 shooting missiles at both of them or something or whatever. You know, there's ways, there's opportunities to really make this, to make it feel like we're there. So they use the oxygen destroyer in this movie. So let me get this straight. Some of the most poignant and important things in all of Godzilla, that the original filmmakers were trying to go for. And it's on screen for 2 minutes and it doesn't even fucking work. Plus it's used as a missile. While you're at it, putting in all these incredible Easter eggs, put in the Mothra twins. Yeah, they're in here. 4th generation. Might not have Burning Godzilla while you're at it. Yeah, it was in there. The trailer ruined it, of course. You know, just some really important things in Godzilla, and you're just gonna waste them like little things, just gonna throw them around like little pebbles and shit. No. That is stupid. It's stupid and insulting. Really? Like, what? How in the fuck? What? First off, why in the fuck? Why not just send a nuke? You can shoot it underwater, apparently, so why not just use a nuke and blow it the fuck up? Try to blow both of them up. You didn't even get to use the nuke on them the last time, so why not try it now? Instead of using one of the most important fucking things that made Godzilla, not just even an important monster movie or science fiction movie, just an important movie in general, and you fucked it up. 2 minutes. Oh, and also it's a green explosion. Green, get it? Why? Just make something else. Make like, I don't know, a nuclear bomb 2.2 or something. I don't know. Don't waste something that is so important to the franchise and just be like, whoop, there it goes. We used it. Hey fans, how you doing? No. God, no. You know, while you're at it also, put in Minya. Put in Zilla. Put in Zilla Jr. You know, just put everybody in there, even a Muto. Yeah, a Muto is in this too. One of the monsters that gets released. Hi, I'm over here, you remember me? Like, why? The rest of the movie, aside from the monster fights, is exposition. One-liner. Exposition. One-liner. Exposition. Slideshow for your college history class. Not kidding. No premise that they just strive for. They try to make this super serious and it just doesn't work. So those are my thoughts on Godzilla King of the Monsters. I didn't think this was up to par as the 2014 film, and I know a lot of people find that movie boring, but that movie was just paced better. It had a plan. It didn't feel like sporadic. It felt like people knew what they were doing. And this, I kind of feel like this ended up being a giant fan film. That's how I feel about the movie. I guess I hate it more than the critics do. I've seen a lot of people who love the movie. I've seen some people who don't like the movie. And I've seen some people who hate the movie. And I'm one of the people who hates it. I wanted to love it, but I hated it. Just didn't work for me, man. It just didn't work. Hopefully, Godzilla vs. Kong is better. Let me know what you guys thought. And also, as always, live long and prosper. May the force be with you. And long live the king. Bah, bah. Dun, 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 dun.